Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a swan. Start by drawing a half circle as a guide for the body. To draw the half circle, first draw a long horizontal line. The length of this line will determine the size of the swan. High above the line, make a small mark for the top edge of the half circle. Connect the small mark to the ends of the horizontal line to finish the shape of the half circle. If you're having trouble drawing this curved line, simply trace the outer edge of a circular object like a cup or a glass. This guide should be similar to the letter D on its side. On the top left side, draw a small circle as a guide for the head. To draw the circle, first make 4 small marks to indicate the sides of the circle, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. The head circle should be very small in relation to the body. Don't place the circle too close to the body or the neck will be too short. On the bottom left side of the head, draw a triangular shape as a guide for the beak. Pay attention to the size of the beak in relation to the head. This guide should be similar to the letter V. Draw a sloping line across the head and beak as a construction guide to help you place the facial features later on. Connect the head to the body using long curved lines to create the guide for the neck. The line for the left edge of the neck should start under the head. Curve the line to the right and then back to the left to create a wavy shape. This line should be similar to a backward letter S. The bottom of this line will create the chest. The line for the right edge of the neck should start on top of the head and then curve down and end on top of the body. Don't make the neck too thick. On the right side of the body, draw a curved vertical line as a guide for the tail. Add a sloping line on the left side to finish the guide for the tail. The shape of the tail should be similar to a triangle. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, lightly sketch a small circle for the eye. Place the eye to the left of the construction line and close to the center of the circle. When you get the size and position of the eye right, darken the shape. As you darken the shape, make the top and bottom pointier for the corners of the eye. Inside the eye, off to the side, draw a tiny circle for a highlight. In the middle of the eye, draw a small circle and shade it in for the pupil. Use the triangular shape at the bottom as a guide to draw the beak. Follow the path of the guide as you draw the top edge of the beak. Make the top edge of the beak smaller and more curved than the guide. Darken the bottom part of the guide for the beak's opening. Extend this line so that it's inside the head. Near the top edge of the beak, draw a small thin shape for the nostril. Add a small circle inside the shape for the nostril's opening. To the right, draw a sloping line for the bottom section of the beak. Above the nostril, draw a curved line for the knob on the beak. Sketch lightly at first and only darken the line when you get the shape right. This shape should be similar to an oval. To the right, draw a short line for the base of the beak. Draw a couple of curved lines from the eye to the beak for the dark pattern on the head. This shape should be similar to a small triangle. Use wavy lines as you draw this shape. Use the other shapes and lines as guides to draw the head. Darken the outer edges of the guides to create the shape of the head. Make the top of the head slightly flat. Add a few more lines inside the head for structure. Use short strokes to create a feathery texture. Lightly sketch a couple of long curved lines across the entire body for the folded wing. Extend the right side of the wing to the tail. The right side of the wing should be thin and pointy. The bottom edge of the wing should be close to the bottom edge of the body. When you get the shape of the wing right, darken the lines. Follow the path of the guides as you darken the lines. On the right side, use a series of short strokes for a feathery texture. Make the bottom edge of the wing wavy. Add a few more short strokes across the shape for a feathery texture. Darken the curved lines under the head to create the neck. The bottom left side of the shape should create the chest. The top part of the head and neck should be made up of a long continuous line. Use the very first line as a guide to draw the bottom edge of the body. Make the bottom of the body more curved than the initial guide. Darken the triangular shape on the right side to create the tail. Use a few short strokes on the right side for a feathery texture. Add a few curved lines under the body for the ripples on the water. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. These lines don't have to be perfect, just draw a few curved lines close to the bottom edge of the body. Add a few wavy lines farther down below the body for the swan's reflection on the water. The reflection doesn't have to be perfect because of the ripples on the water. Roughly duplicate the overall shape of the swan at the bottom using wavy lines. Don't worry if the reflection isn't perfect, just draw curved lines for the ripples on the water. Now go over the final lines with permanent ink. Take your time and be careful when you ink your drawing to avoid any accidents. Don't ink the initial guidelines, only the final drawing. When the ink dries, erase all of the guidelines. Now color your drawing. Use yellow, orange, and brown to color the main part of the beak. Add a bit of yellow at the top for a highlight. Use black to color the section between the eye and the beak. Leave a thin strip blank on the knob for a highlight. Use light blue to create shadows across the body. Shadows will give the figure more dimension and volume. Pick a light source as you add the shadows so that they're consistent throughout the body. Here the light source is coming from the top, so most of the shadows will be on the underside of the shapes. Add a bit of gray to emphasize the shadows. Color lightly at first and gradually build up to darker colors. Push down lightly on your pencil to create a light shade of a color, and then push down harder to create a darker shade. Now use different shades of blue to color the water. Use dark blue, light blue, and even a bit of purple to color the water. Don't add too much blue on the reflection. Use a bit of yellow, orange, and black for the reflection of the head. Slowly and gradually blend all the colors together. Push down slightly harder on your pencils to blend all the colors together. Add a bit of gray on the water for the shadows on the ripples. Coloring can be time-consuming, so be patient and take breaks. Keep coloring until you're happy with the result. And that's it for the swan. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.